So today we are working on a morph chart. A morph chart is used to generate complete ideas from individual discrete components. So, for example, one thing we could do is for type of force, if we knew we wanted a fluid pressure force, rotational linear force, or rotational force, we can begin generating an idea by using that in conjunction with other discrete ideas. So on the top row, we have not only the means and features, but we also have several discrete options, as in like option 1, 2, 3, or 4. And for options 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can have a certain aspect or a combination of certain aspects of several discrete ideas. So can you write up one idea of our device?
Right. So for, let's say the syringe method, we would use a liquid condiment with ticks for measurement. We would use linear force to push the condiment through the syringe, and then the material would be most likely plastic, and the cleaning method would probably be passive or disposable, because you could pass water through the syringe to clean it, or you could dispose of a syringe if it was small enough.
So for the type of force, do you think that the force is purely linear, or do you think it's a combination of certain elements of forces?
I think that in this case, it would be a combination of linear because you're either pulling or pushing the plunger on the syringe, but also fluid pressure because you're moving air, water, condiment in the water, or coffee in the water from place to place.
So what about a second idea?
Another idea that we had was the keg idea, which would have liquid movement, and the volume measurement would be in cycles of motion, or how many pumps that you give it in order for the fluid to move out. As for the type of force, it would be both linear and fluid pressure again, because you're linearly moving the pump back and forth, as well as having fluid move via pressure. The material of the device could be made out of either plastic, metal, or polymer, but as a result, we can decompose the keg idea into 3 separate ideas, the keg being made out of plastic, the keg being made out of metal, and the keg being made out of a non-plastic polymer. In this case, I think the cleaning method would probably have to be active in order to get rid of everything that is inside the device.
Okay. So let's say we were to have liquid condiment measured by ticks with linear force in a plastic device, and then we could have it be disposable. So what could we make from that?
So what I was thinking that this would probably look like would be some sort of toothpaste squeezer that you put around a pouch of liquid condiment, which you would then drag the pouch through a certain amount, which is the linear type of force, which then goes into the coffee pouch.
Okay, and then you could measure how much condiment you're squeezing out by the ticks on the side of the bag?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'd have to make these pretty small if we wanted to make them disposable?
Yes.
So I was thinking of something that would have solid condiment movement. We could measure it out by cycles of motion. It would probably have a rotation to linear type of force, and then maybe made out of metal, and then with an active cleaning method.
So I think what you described right there sounds sort of like something where you move solid out of one container and put it into another by turning something, which sounds a lot like an Archimedes screw. And it could be made out of metal, and the cleaning method would definitely have to be active in order to get all of the particulates off of the screw.
Right, yeah.
So what if we had a solution that moved solid particles, like an Archimedes screw, out of one condiment pouch and into the coffee pouch, and we measure it kind of based on how many times you turn it, so it would measure how much is taken up each time, by using a kind of crank to bring the solid up, made out of metal using a passive cleaning passive cleaning method.
So we've just run through our morph chart, and we've used these component ideas to create some final complete solutions. We haven't used all of the ideas in the morph chart, and with this we could move forward and do some brainstorming, keeping these ideas in mind to try to create some solutions that would incorporate these ideas we haven't used.
Another thing that we could do is take these complete ideas and put them in a screening matrix against each other so that we can try to find our final design solution.